Let's see. Let's see. Ah, okay, okay, okay. My audio working first. All right, bet. All right, so yes, Jessica, you might be the only one. I gotta do that whole thing over again. Hold on, Jessica. Let's run that intro one more time. One more time, okay? I feel like we're not going out like that. We're not going out like that. I'm sorry. I gotta do the whole thing one more time. Let's see. Where's the intro video at? I hope
Really?
I really hope I can get this figured out. You know what I mean? I kind of want to just like duck off and be like, ah, yeah. But hold on, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Let's run it back, Jessica, from the beginning because I think that you need to see it from the beginning, and we're going to rehearse it from the beginning. Officially, welcome back. The audio is working just fine. The video looks great. As you can see, I'm looking amazing. One second. Yeah, phone. I'm trying to do the intro. Hold on. Hello. Hey, boo. I'm trying to do the. She hung up. Look. Okay. Okay. Let's just get to it because obviously we're just not doing this right. Right. Um. I've been going for a couple weeks, but I've been peeping game. I've been seeing what's going on behind the scenes, and y'all been doing a really good job. The off object community is really doing a good job. I do appreciate those that have supported Rome. That's me, obviously. On the idea of being an author. I feel like when I decided to be an author, it was probably like 3 years ago, right? I was talking to this old white guy. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying how it was, and he's like, I published like 5 or 6 books, and I'm like, why you not rich? You know what I mean? And that maybe that was the wrong question. Maybe that was the wrong question. So that's beside the fact. But welcome to off subject where everything is on subject at the same time, off subject, and all of a sudden at the same time, Rome will find a way to twist the story. Now I'm gonna go through a few stories today, just in the news, right? Because we talk about the serious things. Let's talk about some fun stuff. I'm not saying Johnny is not fun. I'm just saying I want to talk about something else. So here I am, right? I got my tabloid out, and I pulled up this story. And this story it caught my attention because one time I was in, I think I was in Jersey, and I had bought like, I don't know, $51 scratch offs, hoping to win something. I think at most I probably bought like, I don't know, 20. I won like $25 out of, I don't know, 50 scratch offs. And I feel like it was just, I was being robbed, right? But that was beside the point. I think it's, if you do scratch offs, right? My grandmother used to do it all the time. She used to tell me, she's like, here, son, you know what I mean? You scratch this one, and then she'll give one to my sister and one to my brother, and we scratching them, right? And she probably won like $50, right? Spent 100, got 50. So you got half of your money back. But here's a story about a lady in North Carolina who won $2 million, right? But that was after she had won $250,000. So do you have you can win. You can win, people. You can win. Hold on, let me get some water. You can win. Now, look, drop some comments in the chat. Um, everyone know I left me alone. I'm out here. Hold on. If you had $250,000 right now, what would you do with $250,000 right now if you could win $250,000? Like, yeah, let's see what we got here. Like, you know what I mean? Put some things down there and let's see what we got. Because I'm gonna read this story out right quick. Not all the way through, but just the basics. You know what I mean? Um, so it's a resident. Her name is Jennifer. Don't know how to say her last name because it starts with a K and it's super, super long. It's like one of those names you see in like a Russian movie. And it's like they're like the traitor, you know what I mean? I'm not fitting to butcher that. That's not my job. So she went and bought a $20 100 time the cash scratch off ticket. All right, so check this out. I'm investing into a business that generates loads of money and do stocks and day trading, double that money, turn it into 2 million, and give you one and give you one now We won up and both invest in the bigger. I appreciate that, KO. You know what I mean? It's an honor to know that we can invest, and do more. Now I know everybody else here got something they want to do with that money. Don't let KO be the only one telling us some he want to do this and do that. You got big dreams out here. Y'all off topjectors. You could get off topject for a second. I bet y'all probably want to invest into something crazy like McDonald's. Did you know that McDonald's only generates just enough for like, I don't know, to pay the workers? Like they don't really generate enough profit because they using too much resources. And that's just me. Don't quote me on that. But check this out. She went and she got a $20 100 time ticket, right? And in that 100 time ticket, she had won $250,000. So you mean to tell me like she got $250,000 and she's just chilling now? So it's smart to go back to the scratch offs, right? Did you know you can't really buy scratch offs with credit cards? It's illegal. I don't know if y'all know that, but don't try it because you could be incriminated. For real. After she had did that, she chose to take her last winnings, right? This is a big reinvestment. She was like, I'm all in, right? You look, you better be all in if you got $250,000. And she went and she got the cash draw. So she took her winnings to a point where it's like $250,000 just turned into 1.2 million. It's crazy, right? This is one story I'm seeing. I saw another one that caught my attention, and we're gonna refresh the page and go find that John first. Because I think it's important for us to know what's going on. So far we only got, yeah, you gotta pay taxes, I think. I mean, that look, let me Google that. Hold on. Let me research that real quick because if you gotta pay taxes um on lottery tickets, isn't doesn't it count as a charity? Like it's not a job. Whoa, no, 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 no. You do have to pay taxes on anything you win that's involved with gambling. Because I had a buddy of mine. We were driving trucks. We were over there in Louisiana, and he loved going to casinos. Exactly that. Um, he loved going to casinos, right? Right. And when he said that I have to pay taxes because I withdraw the money, I said, wait, you won the money. You put money in, you should get the money back. And he was like, nah, if you take out too much, you got to pay taxes on it. And I don't know what the number is. So if y'all know what that number is, like how much can you withdraw from a casino to not pay taxes? Like you could be $1 short, but you can't be all the way in. Like you can't do that. So if you are winning the lottery, that would mean that you have to pay taxes. Yeah, look. So Google that real quick. Somebody Google that real quick while I continue my rant. Anyway, if you have to pay taxes, I mean, you should get your taxes squared away, first off. You just won a large lump sum of money. But let me ask this question, though. How many of everybody that you know in your circle would blow $1.2 million? Dollars? How many people do you know would blow $1.2 million? Keep it a bean. You're not fitting to just get money like that, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know what I mean? So like that's my thought. Here's another odd news for the day. No, I ain't gonna do nothing like that. At least I don't think I would. You making me want to blow 1.2 million? What would I do? What would I do? You know what Kanye West and Jay-Z did in that video where they took the car and they just destroyed it and they turned into some like demon car where it's like torches like Mad Max everywhere. It was dope. I would do that. I really would. I would do that. Mhm. Here's another news for the week, right? Check this out. A bear gets rescued after more than a week with his head stuck in the jar. Not my words, their words, people. Bear stuck in the head in the jar. Not my words. But check this out, though. This happened in Wisconsin. A bear was seen wandering through 3 counties with a plastic jar over its head, and it was successfully freed, right? Um, oh snap, hold on. You going off topic there, KO. Let me come back to that lottery ticket. $600 or more on races if the payout is at least 300 times the wager. These are taxes? Hey yo, everybody read the chat. Read the chat. That's crazy. Make sure you when you do withdraw, like I know Keno. Keno is that one with the black and the red, right? Where they throw it and it goes right? And do that. Don't meme me. You better not meme me. Like, I hope you didn't screen record that. But check this out. If that's the one with the black and red, right? Because if that's the one with the black and red, I've always wanted to play that. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to play that. And just imagine putting $250,000 on black and red. Like, you know what I mean? Like split in half, 125, 125. Just imagine doing that and really, really like you can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't lose. 125 on red, 125 on black, and as soon as it land, you get 10 times the amount, I think, right? So you pretty much get like, you know what I mean? You get a lot of money. Casinos report large winnings. Hold on, let's put that on the joint right quick. I'm gonna show that on the stage because hold on, I'm messing up. I'm messing up. Don't. Casinos report large winnings. If winnings exceed the threshold, the casinos will issue you a. Yeah, I heard about that. Oh, I heard about that. State tax. So wait. I know Wendover has a casino. Wendover has the casino. Is it the same taxes as Vegas's taxes? Or does casinos have different tax brackets as well? Because I really think that they do. No, this is me being me. I don't like going to casinos too much. I did accidentally win one time, and that was me just sitting there. So I'm at this I'm at the Wheel of Fortune game, right? And I'm playing the Wheel of Fortune game, and everybody is like they're just gambling. And I'm over here just hitting buttons. And I go over like I ain't win nothing. I only got $20. She goes, "No, you got 200." I said, "Really?" See, the thing is you get lucky when you're lucky. If it's your first time, you get lucky. Second time, you get lucky. Third time, you lose money. Fourth time, you lose money. Fifth time, you lose money, unless you know how to gamble. Like my buddy of mine who went into the casino came out with money. Like that was his thing. Like that was his thing. He knew how to make money in a casino. So um people that know how to do it will eventually lose, right? And because they eventually lose, it's you got to treat casinos like it's a job. Like it has to low key be a job. There was a guy in New Jersey. He said he'd take his wife to the casino every single weekend because she would win probably like $20,000 here and there. And then he was like, now she's taking a vacation. Taking a vacation from a casino is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. I had a white guy, and I was picking my hair out in the bathroom. He was like, "Nice fro, bro." I was like, "Appreciate it." Look, look, it ain't tall enough yet, but just wait and see. You know what I mean? My joint gonna be flowing. Who we got here? All right, so we got a fun fact here today. Um, and we're gonna look at that because let's see. Brother is the biggest gambler in the family, but bro gets the gold membership free night. Look, look, hey, let me tell you, these folks that know how to gamble know how to get things for free. Like, you ain't got to spend money on the casino. You can win everything from the casino, but you still get money. You still get the free night stays. You still get the free food. You get the free vouchers. I was over there at Monaco Bay in Wendover. Man, that 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 all you can eat buffet turned me out. For real, for real. I was a whole different person when I left that buffet. And y'all know me, I like to eat. I don't play games. Hey Jessica, I'm being healthy because I'm drinking water instead of eating like chips and eating like just eating all the time. As you can see, I do look great. This face is molded. God broke the mold. Look, um, quick question. When y'all go to an all you can eat, how do you eat? Like, do you have a rhythm? You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you mine while you tell me yours. Because this is about to get real interesting. And I take food as a sacred blessing from God Himself. So when I go to an all you can eat, right? I know, but you gotta bear with me though. You gotta bear with me. I have been trying to gain some weight. And who would have thought? I'm gonna tell you the secret to gaining weight. I'm gonna tell you the secret to gaining weight, and I'm gonna tell you the secret to losing weight, right? The secret to gaining weight is either get married, fall in love, eat a lot of food, a lot of things, right? But you can still go to the gym, you know what I mean? You can still do those things and whatnot. Like when I'm like in love, you know what I mean? I typically gain weight fast, you know what I mean? Um he ain't lying, but I do gain weight for like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I gain weight for 5 minutes and then it's gone. Like I get a solid 5 to 20 minute grace period, and then it's gone. Like you don't get no more. You That's it. That's just all you know. Um, when I go to the gym, right, and I lift weights, like I one time I went to the gym to lift weights, right, and my body went into this emergency mode. If you go to the gym or if you know, you know, right? Your body goes into an emergency mode, and that emergency mode is like blackout. And the second you black out, you start to like get this really heavy stomach ache, like, and whatever you eat, you throw up. So I didn't know this at the time, but then I ate this raw salmon. Um First off, I never had raw salmon before, but I asked for the fastest thing on the list. Right. We're gonna see. And we're gonna see. I don't know if I'm gonna be on up that long because y'all gotta be locked in with me. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta be locked in with me. If y'all locked in with me, I need W's in the chat. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. I'm on my phone on this one, so I'm like one of them. So I'm gonna put a W in the chat. Hopefully it worked. Yep. Look at that. See, I'm in two places at the same time. Stop playing with me. I put a W in the chat. Hey, there it is. That's two W's in the chat. Two W's in the chat. So, oh, that's three W's in the chat. Three W's in the chat. And why I only say two people watching though? Damn. KO King number two and Jessica number one. Y'all just fired for first place, huh? Look. Y'all fired for first place, huh? So check this out, right? I don't know where I was, but I was lifting weights. I had discovered this Creed workout, right? And if anybody know me, if XP, if anybody know me, I'm like, I can't say I'm the biggest Michael B. Jordan fan, right? But the Brody can act. He's done his dues. He's in the game. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody know how he started, which I mean, he started off just as like a skinny African American actor, didn't really have much going on. Then he got this movie role called Creed. You know that movie? You've seen it. When he got that movie role called Creed, they said, "Bro, you need to gain some weight, but we want you to be the main actor." So he spent 6 weeks eating chicken and broccoli and turkey and broccoli, going to the gym 3, 4 times a day. Like, bro, if you could do that, make him hurt Michael B. Jordan. She like, look, that man, no, he knows. The thing is like when you spend that much time in the gym, you bound to transform. Everybody go to the gym and they're like, I'm not seeing no results. I'm not seeing no results. My man Michael B. Jordan said, look, if you just stick to it, you're gonna get what you want. Look, I mean, he was he had to get bigger as far as like muscle growth, right? To play the scene. Because he is like the soldier, right? And I can't I'm not gonna lie, because when he played Creed, he almost looked the same size, but I think he looked like he had more mass. But there is a danger, right? Like I think we need to address the elephant in the room, right? There is a danger into having too much muscle. There is. You know what I mean? You can't just have all that muscle because you got to maintain it. You got to feed it. Oh, so you what you saying is you need you need commitment for it to show in 2 weeks, or it just don't show up in 2 weeks. No, Michael B. Jordan played ball too. You ain't know. Michael B. Jordan played ball too. He got this commercial, right? If you don't like, look, Michael B. Jordan, he doing this thing right now. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. My man, he probably gonna be the next Denzel. He probably gonna run the industry up like Denzel did. I feel you. I know it can happen, right? Because yeah, I'm already started. Look, look, look. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Y'all about to go at it in the chat right there. Yeah, look at that. Look, check this out. Check this out. Michael B. Jordan was in the video game, right? And y'all know, if y'all don't know, if you know, you know, right? He was in the video game 2K. He was in one of those series. And he had the series where he was like the main mentor for the dude that you play as in story mode. And when I first started playing, I was like, Michael B. Jordan in this draw? Stop playing. You know what I mean? So I started playing the game a little bit more. And then I get to this part where it says activate orange juice. I was like, what is orange juice? Right? So here I am. I'm playing 2K and I get super excited. Everybody run downstairs thinking I'm going through something crazy, right? And I'm just like, I just got orange juice. They're like, what's orange juice? I said, me and Michael B. Jordan running it up. We running tickets out. You know what I mean? We out here doing it. And by far, I think that was the best one that I've played because they, you know what I mean? It is what it is because Michael B. Jordan was on it. But I've seen all the creeds, right? Every single one of them like 3 times. You're not about to tell me what I don't know. You the champ, right? You the champ. Look, hold on. So, knowing what I know about his career path, it's not easy to land acting roles. You know that. So one of the keys to landing acting roles is nine so you the champ. Oh, you what is it? What is it? Here's a Mesa, right? What is that? Mbaku. Such a pay to win game. Look, when you look at acting as a whole, the character you develop. I just recently saw Sinners, right? Has anyone seen Sinners, the movie? Um, First off, let me give you my take on it. Let me give you my take on it. To double up Michael B. Jordan is a stupid move. It was crazy. Now, I say this because he had to play 2 roles at the exact same time. So that means he got double the money. Did he get paid twice for one movie? Come on. Come on. Talk to me. Somebody say something. Because look, I think he got paid twice. There's no way you gonna pay one actor for a double role one time. He got paid twice. That man eating. But don't get me wrong though. Did y'all see that his body form in Sinners? I think he lost weight. I low key think he lost weight. Yeah. Yeah. That's my first take on it. The Soul Stack twins. That's crazy. Man got paid twice. But you know they did unalive him at the end. You know I'm trying to tell you. That's crazy. You can't edit look, if they edited these movies on CapCut, we low key not doing something right. But Tyler Perry gets paid for writing the script, finding the characters, running the plays, playing Medea. Like he gets paid for craziness. And he has his own studio. I don't know if y'all know that. I don't know. Let me turn this one off because I don't think we don't need that. That's overkill. You know what I'm saying? This all looks good already. Um, so Tyler Perry has his own studio. He owns his own acres. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't need a film studio at all. He owns it by himself. So when it comes down to actors, you gotta really, really, really know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? You gotta really, really know what you're doing. I plan to own my own one day. I wanted to go to Arkansas, but somebody said they were like, they didn't like black people there. So what do I do? Still go, check it out, look at the scene. Anywho, How much? Yeah, yes. And Eddie Murphy did too. I did drive through a few times. Eddie Murphy, he had a movie where he played doubles. Um, you got Adam Sandler. I think Adam Sandler played like three people. That man plays any character you can think of. Now, my one of my favorite movies is The Longest Yard, and I think he only played one character in that movie. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I feel like when you play double characters, it shows your true level of opportunity. Like you're not obsolete. You get to turn the pages a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, but let's transfer over this. Let's change this whole conversation, right? I feel like we need to go into something that Oso wanted to talk about, but I don't know why Oso not here. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it, right? Let me it's time to play Oso's chapter. I swear, if he shows up while I'm doing this, he must be watching, or he must have some secret psychic abilities because that don't make no sense how he just knows, right? Um,
Ooh, oh, ooh, that's good.
hold on.
Hey, hold on. What's that? That Dr. Pepper? That's that Dr. Pepper.
If y'all didn't know, now you know. Cat's out the bag, right? I got word from Oso. Oso got word from the internet. The internet got word from dude that sent the word. He bought the Annabelle doll's rights and the house that comes with the doll. So I don't know if anybody is that crazy to want to go and buy something that's like evil, right? You gotta be all kinds of crazy to do it, but I respect it. I mean, I don't know if he living in the house or not, but he bought the Annabelle doll and then he bought the other stuff too. Like, you know how you watch those scary movies where you like, why can't the lady just move out her house? Well, cat's out the bag, people. You can't just move out of a house when you buy one. That's not how this works. If you put all the money into the house, no matter how spooky or scary it is, you have to live in the house because who's going to buy it, first of all? And you have nowhere to go. You have to live somewhere. So if your house is spooky and you just bought it, you have to live there anyway. Or you just move out and abandon the house, right? So I don't know if the guy is doing this. I don't know if the guy is just renting it out. I think also told me that people are renting it out to stay in the house. Now, have you seen the actual Annabelle? Uh, oh, look, look. If you've seen the movies, remotely have seen the movies, right? Let's keep it a beam. The original Annabelle doll is not as scary as you think it is. It don't look scary. But so does Chihuahuas. They look innocent, but they're just They bark all the time. Let's just call a spade a spade. And when you look at this doll, you say it's innocent, right? And for people that are like that don't believe in conspiracies, Annabelle is not something you actually are afraid of until something bad happens to you. That's how that works, right? That's literally how that works. You don't necessarily find Annabelle frightening in the first 20 minutes. Everything that is scary must build. You can't just be scared off rip. Now, let me tell you about a time when I was in my house and did I tell y'all? I think I did. I might have told y'all. Did I? No, Rogue was online. I ain't say it. But this is a recap then if I did say it. Who cares, right? I was trying to have a basement party in my house back in the day. And basement parties was the thing to go. Like if you had a basement that was like large in size and everybody I was trying to have a basement party, right? And everybody was like, $1 to get in. If you can fit like 50 to 100 people in that joint, I really think you can make some money. I found the photo. I took the photo, found the mood ring, took the mood ring, put it upstairs. Um, and then I saw the ghost, right? I saw her. She was as real as day, right? I freaked out. I ran back. My life was over, right? But something felt a little off, right? So this is the part of the story that y'all don't know, right? Um, there was a vase down there. Maybe you know this part of the story too. Let me just move on, right? I'm gonna just tell y'all. Let's breeze by it. There was a vase that couldn't be moved. It still is there. Probably is still there. Couldn't be moved. Couldn't be shape shifted. And when I did get it to budge, I heard something, and I said, "Nope, nope." Right? Gone, leaving, not staying here. We good. I walked out of the basement. I said, "You can have it. You win. I don't want no trouble, no nothing." Until that day, that was it, right? But that wasn't it. About 2 weeks later, there was like these three bangs on the door, and it just kept happening over and over again to a point where we had to we went well, I was volunteered, right? First off, I didn't volunteer. I was just pushed down the steps. And that's how that worked. Okay. So we just gonna call a spade and say I was I was bait. You know what I mean? I was bait. Just call it spade. Let's call it what it is. I was bait. And I'm down the steps and the noise stops. And then I'm like, hello? And then it just starts, the doors get banged on again 3 times at a time. Like, do do do, do 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 do, do do do. Like, it just kept happening over and over again. And then it got aggressive, right? And we called my mom. We was like, Mom, you need to come home. And she's like, What? What's going on? I said, There's something in the basement. And she was like, Boy, stop playing. You got school tomorrow. Go to sleep. So I was like, No, it really is something in the basement. We don't know what to do. She's like, call the cops. I said, and then do what? Like, what is a cop going to do against something supernatural? Like, I don't know. I've seen movies. They all just either get possessed or unalive. This is how that works. So we did that. We called the cops. Cops show up and the banging happens. Do you know what the cop did? He walked off. He walked away and said, Look, I think you guys just need to leave the house. And go where? Three black, three African American kids in the house. Mom coming home from work. My sister's technically our guardian. He like, he like, you don't have anyone you can go and stay with? No. I mean, we probably do, but they not gonna take us, bro. Ain't nobody messing with Rob. But like, just do that. Live that part right quick. The second the cop left, it got worse. So we called my neighbor from across the street to go look in the basement. We thought he was like, brave enough to do it, right? And he's like, "Nah, I ain't going in your house. I don't want to go in your house." And he like, whatever you got down there, it don't like people. It don't like nothing. Oh, I said this story too? Okay, let's move on to the next story then. Let's move on to the next story because I'm telling y'all how evil stacks on each other. This is how this works. This is a mission story. Brand new. Brand new. Now, you know Annabelle to be some type of scary demon that takes over a doll and all of these things, and that's cool. You cool with that. That's fine. But this right here is something different. I should probably turn the lights off while I say this. Why she do this? Hold on. You hold on. Uh. Yeah. So it was a wild day, busy day. Two elders just going out doing their job, preaching the gospel, doing what we can. We come back home, we eat, we pray, we talk, we lay down. Life moves on, right? You would think that this house has everything normal with it because maybe it's just old. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just spooky in general. There's places in the house that got tarantulas just walking around just randomly. I'm like, I'm not going in that room. So my first few nights there, I felt a little off, you know what I mean? And then a couple weeks after that, still felt a little off. I spent about, I want to say 3, 4 months in this area, so it's been quite a bit of time. So we say. This first night happened real fast. A bunch of missionaries came over and we were just hanging out, right? Y'all scared of ghost stories like that? That's crazy. I'm still gonna say the story because this is the Rome show. And a bunch of missionaries came over, and two missionaries were having at this argument, right? Um, if the two missionaries were having at this argument, this is what happened. One couldn't come to understanding with the other, and the other didn't want to agree with the other. So it was like button heads automatically off rip. I don't know the full story because he won't say it to me. It spooked him out that much. But I do know that he was so scared. And I've never seen this elder this scared in my life. And I've known him for so long, long enough to know that he doesn't get scared like this. Right? While he's sleeping in the living room, I hear like somebody being choked. Right? I go over there to see what's going on because this is the weird sound. We shouldn't be hearing nothing like that. In fact, I'm a little too brave to be black. But anyway, I did it anyway. I came over, I ran over, and I said, "You good?" And he was like, "No, no." He got up, started walking right past me, didn't think about it, didn't ask questions. He put his stuff in the room, he laid down, he didn't talk. And I said, "Elder, what happened?" He said, "Something was choking me and I couldn't scream." So I said, "What was it?" He goes, "I don't know. It was just talking, saying don't scream, and I just couldn't scream." And I said, "Bro, are you sure?" He said, "I'm sure as daylight." And we all know daylight, right? Like sun, the sun comes out. Anyway, the elders leave, right? The elders leave, and this is where it gets interesting. I'm over here thinking to myself, like, I wonder what happened to him. You know what I mean? And then he's like freaked out. He never wants to come back to this house. I don't blame him. I really don't blame Brody. I don't blame him at all. So yeah, I like how the light hits the back of my head and all that, and it creates this like whatever that is. Anyway, um, the night hits, a week goes by, nothing, right? So I'm assuming that, whatever really is going on around the house, it's something that is based around um, anger or stress or some type of disagreement. It wants to fight you or to fight something, you know what I mean? And this is where things start turning sideways because me and my companion are having a moment. This guy never talks, but today he's talking, right? And all of a sudden, he's like, "All right, have a good night, elder." I was like, "Have a good night, elder." We just call it a night. You would think that that's how it would go, right? Again, evil likes to stack. So Annabelle is scary until it stacks against you. It's not supposed to just be bad automatically, right? So whatever this dude did to buy that house, buy the rights and all that, nobody wants those things anyway. So he bought it. Anyway, me and my companion are laying in our beds and we hear doors opening and closing. If you're getting too scared, just bear with me. I'm gonna lighten the situation after the situation. You know what I'm saying? But opening and closing. This is getting out of hand. We don't know what to do. We can't call nobody. So who do we call? The guy that lives behind us. We call him on the phone. "Hey, James, we need you to come by and see who's in the house." That's the first thing we did. And he was like, "Nobody should be in that house. You live in a compound, sir." Make it scary. So, so nobody is in the house, sir. You should be alone. You and your companion. I should have called Ghostbusters, you know what I mean? But this was a real situation. This is kind of crazy. I saw some crazy things, and you can't quote me on it, but just understand I'm telling you the super honest truth that this is crazy stuff. Like I didn't know it was gonna happen. Now he comes over, finds one door open, and you know what door is open? The door with the spiders in it. I'm not going in that door. I'm not messing with Rob. Stop playing with me. I'm not. No, we don't do that. We don't do spiders. We don't do bug. We don't do bugs. We don't do roaches. We don't do none of that. Anything that rolls in packs, we don't do that. Right? He closed that door. I'm not lying. He closed that door. And when he closed that door, he left the house and he said, "I'll be back in 20 minutes." He comes back, the door's open again. He says, "Elders, did you open the door?" I said, "Well, we never left." And he says, "Well, who's opening the door?" I said, "That's my point. We keep hearing noises outside in the hallway. So we get freaked out and we said, you know what? We're gonna pray. That's what we're gonna do. If there's anything you need to do whenever you're in trouble, you pray. You just pray. Don't matter how you pray. Whoever's watching, if you pray a certain way, start praying. It don't matter. Just start praying. Just start praying. I've seen enough Exorcist movies to understand that I need to just start praying. So me and him are praying, and then all of a sudden, James gets inside the house again. But this time, he gets spooked so bad, he is not coming back till the morning. It is terrible. Now we are officially alone. Now you can call the cops in America, but you can't call the cops in Africa. It's gonna take a minute for them to get there. Like you done if you think you're gonna call the cops, and you know what I mean. So here we are, and we are completely afraid of what's happening now. We still hear the noises, but no more doors opening and closing. What happens next is we wake up the next morning and we go to sleep. We go outside to, look at the apartment and things like that. Two doors are open, and the one with the spiders and this other room. We never go in this room. First off, this room is super creepy. We don't go into that room. It has an old desk in there, like somebody sits there and watches the door. Like I'm not going in there. That's not happening. I don't want that. I don't want the smoke. I ain't messing with Rob. That's not happening. So we close the door and we leave. We come back, the doors are still closed. So we're like, okay, good. Everything's calmed down. A couple days go by. We're good, right? So we get this idea. You'll go, you'll go in there 10 times before I go into. I'm sure you would. I hope. Look, if you're brave enough to walk in that door, walk in that room and sit in that chair, look, you know what? Record the experience. I give the blue check to say that it is haunted. And yeah, I don't know how. So I get this idea and I asked my companion, I said, "Hey, sir, really quick. How long have you lived in this house?" And he goes, "I don't know, about like 3 months." I said, 3 months? 3 months? Okay, so all right, let me call James. Let me call James. I say, "Hey, yo, James, how long has a missionary has been living in this house?" He goes, "About like 2 years." I'm like, 2 years? Okay, 2 years is good. 2 years is good. I said, James, has this house ever been blessed before? He goes, "No, I don't think so, elders. Why?" I said, "Are you kidding me? Why are we living in this house right now?" But then I started realizing we need to bless this house. We always did our whatchamacallits, our studies in the living room area, right? That's what we did our studies at. We never did our studies in the study rooms. So what we did was we took the doors off of those rooms and we blessed the house. And we thought that that would be okay. We thought that that was the way to go, but that was not the way to go. That was a mistake, and I am sorry because the story gets worse. So we leave the house to go out and do our jobs. You know what I mean? That's what we are outside volunteering for this particular thing. When we get back, nightfall hits, we have our dinner, we get ready for bed, and this is where everything opens up. Now, you probably think like in scary movies when doors open and close and the cabinets slam and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, right? That's exactly what's happening. James isn't coming back. We already know that, people. James is not coming back. So here we are. We are just frightened. We are just we're praying. We're hoping that somebody comes to the rescue. Jesus, take the wheel. You know what I mean? That type time. And we don't know what to do. So we lay in our beds and we just pray. You would just assume that the ghosts would just stop, but no, they just kept getting closer and closer, and we can hear them. They are as loud as I am talking to this camera right now. That's how loud they are. That's how loud they are. That's how loud they'll be. I prefer spiders. So what we hear is the house had you know how your house has like access to the roof where you can get inside of the roof, things like that. Um that was open. None of us is tall enough to touch that without actually using a ladder. We don't own a ladder. James hasn't been here for a couple of weeks. He doesn't want to come in his house. I said, "Who opened that?" And they said, he said, I don't know. I never touched it. I said, I've never touched it myself either. So he says, maybe James. I said, James is not here. He physically left. Like he left. He's gone. Like there is no James here today or for the next week. So who opened the cellar? And he says, I don't know. But maybe it's just superstition. Maybe it's just what it is. So here I am thinking my companion can see and hear all of this stuff happening, and he's over here being Mr. Tough Guy, and he doesn't believe a thing that's happening. I am officially freaked out because this is how you unalive yourself because one person doesn't believe and the other person does. The other person does. Now we are having this battle that ghosts are haunting the house, and he's like, no, we're not. It's just superstition. I said, no, it's not. This is real. You should know. This is it. That's real. We should probably leave. You know what? Call the mission president. We need to move from this house and go somewhere else tonight. He goes, no, I'm not doing that because it's not real. I said, okay, okay. So that night went by, nothing happened. The next night went by, everybody was just kosher. James came back. Some elders came by. And they spent the night over there with us, and everything was good. So here I am thinking that maybe nothing, maybe there's nothing bad. Maybe I'm just hearing stuff, right? Wrong. As soon as that Sunday rolled around, because it was Thursday, Friday and Saturday were cool days. Nothing happened. Sunday rolls around. I am in the kitchen, literally in the kitchen, and every one of the cabinets open and close by themselves all together. I'm freaking out. I take off. I grab my sandwich. Gone. That's what happened, right? That's what happened. Remind I remind you, I grabbed my sandwich. I forgot my juice. So I had to go back for the juice. Anyway, I knew I wasn't going to be hurt if I ran fast enough. Then you would think, like, Rome, it's just juice. You don't need the juice. I was like, but I'm eating a sandwich, and I'm eating the sandwich. I need juice. Oh, I was scared. I ran there and ran back. But what happened is you know how when you got juice, you got to like balance? The cabins were still moving. I couldn't see anything. But again, it builds up. We get into the room. I eat my sandwich. I leave some bread there, you know what I mean? And I don't want to go outside. I really don't. I don't want to go back, right? It's not my cup of tea. I don't want that. So I leave everything in the room. Um, Remember that part of the story? I leave everything in that room. The juice, I drank the juice. I had some little bit of juice left, and the sandwich I had like the bread endings or whatever the case may be. I left that in there. And when the elders came by to give us stuff to spend the night, they brought us like this toilet rolls for like using the bathroom. And we had that in the bathroom. So that night we heard the cellar thing slide and hit the ground. It was on the ground in the morning. And then we heard feet hit the ground like that. After we heard the feet hit the ground, we was like, okay, this is getting bad. This is about to get 10 times worse than I thought it would be. I am not like I'm not here now, right? And after you hear the feet hit the ground, there had to be about three sets of them, and we have no idea what's going on. My companion has just been confirmed that he is scared, and he's like, "Hey, go check it out." I said, "You go check it out." I'm not doing that. If anybody is going to go check it out, it's you because you're the tough guy. And he goes, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I have never seen this man scared a day in my life, and today I am seeing the fear of God just pop out of his eyes, just like, look, I'm not going there." So here we are. We are saying to ourselves, um, how about we pray? As we're praying, we hear the footsteps walk throughout the entire house. And we're just sitting saying to ourselves, we should probably leave, like go out the window. But then thinking to myself, like, where will we go? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we call James. James comes over again at this time of the night, and it stops for a second. And then all of a sudden, we hear, get him. I hear it. My companion hears it. James, he takes off. He said, "Elders, never coming back into the house ever again. There was something in there. I don't know what it was. It. I don't want to do it." So we said, James, you need to save us. James, you need to save us. If you don't, we will just be two elders that deceased on the property. So he's like, nah, y'all cool, y'all elders, call God. God will help you, right? Says James. That's not how this works. You know what I mean? We're on the phone with him, and then all of a sudden the signal from the cell phone dies. Phone batteries die. Everything is just dead, and we don't know what to do. So we start praying. We start praying like our life is depending on it. We are at the edge of our beds like this, and we're just freaking out. What do we do if they come in here? Because they're making their way to this door, and we are the last door at the corner of the house. We have one window, and that one window has bars on it, so nobody's getting out, and only people are coming in. So my companion is freaking out. He is about to be in tears soon. And I'm just sitting here shaking. I'm just like, I've seen scary movies, but I've never been a part of one. And here I am. I mean, the old lady was just the, I don't know, tip of the iceberg. Now we in the middle. We deep in the ocean, and we just discovered new land. This is different. So here I am. I close my eyes and I say, if this is it, let me at least have one thing. And I said, let me at least see something that proves that we are protected by the lease, at least. Let me see something. So we hear them saying, where are they? I know they're in the house. We hear them opening and closing doors and left and right, back in the kitchen, moving things, dropping things on the ground. You know that door with the table in it? That one was never opened, by the way. That scared me. Yeah, we never left. We never left. This is about to get good. When I say light is about to touch the scene, it's about to be some light in there, right? So they're like, where are they? They have to be in this house. They wouldn't be like we wouldn't like be feeling this if they wasn't in this house. They have to be here. So we are like, no, don't come to this room. Don't come to this room. Now there's a door in the house, like the second before last, when you get to our door, that door, it has this super loud creak noise. But when you open it slowly, it doesn't have a creak noise. So if they're opening and closing doors, like it makes sense that they probably would know this because they lived there technically. Um, this door creaked open real hard. And we were like, okay, we are the next door on the list. They're coming in because there's no locks. They're coming in. So we started praying. As we're praying, we're like, God, save us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. We didn't do anything wrong. We don't know what's going on. We just want to make it to the second night. We just want to do that. We open our eyes. We see two angels. Now you probably think that, nah, Rome, you ain't see two angels. Nah, stop playing. I did. I saw them. And they were standing in front of the door with their hands to the door, and they were just stopping the door from opening. We saw the doorknob twist and push, and it just wouldn't open. We are freaking out, but we also feel comfort. I turned to my companion, I said, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, really, are you seeing it? You have to be seeing this. He goes, I'm seeing everything that you're seeing. What doesn't make sense to me is why we're seeing it. So one of them turns to us and says, you should probably sleep. It's going to be a long night. I said, this is going to be a long night. This is crazy. What's going on? I've never seen this before. This is new to me. I'm not freaking out, but I'm wondering, you know? I'm wondering why tonight? Why now? Were we really in harm to a point where it was like me and my companion were going to be unalive? Like, I didn't want to guess. So I just listened. And when I had woke up, the whole house looked trashed. James was nowhere to be seen, heard from, or found. In fact, he left the house and he went to his mom's house or dad's house or something like that, and he was gone. So we decided that we needed to see what was on the other side of the door where the desk was. So we did that, and you won't believe what we found. And it came as a surprise to me because out of all the rooms, the door with the desk was the safest room. I didn't know until I walked in there. When I walked in there, there was a Bible. It was open up to a page. I don't remember the scripture, but the scriptures were open in that room as if somebody was reading in that room. That door never opened. It was never bothered, but it was good. I felt peace. So we left that door open. We took that door off the hinges. We left it like it was. We didn't touch it. And when the scene ended, I realized that now every time you go somewhere, go in good graces, people. You never know what the hell's going on. You just don't. You just don't. So yeah, that happened to my mission. You know what I'm saying? Any questions? We're done. We're good. You know what I mean? That's that part. Happily ever after. I never felt so scared in my life, and that wasn't the only time that something's ever happened in that house. Maybe next time when I'm all alone, I'll tell you about the other parts that happened with that house, like people astral projecting into our rooms. Um, I know, right? You can't just be throwing something like that. Uh, you had no sound. Please repeat. You go ahead. Uh, that's wild. Let's go over to the win and roll moment. Oh no, no, we got to do Johnny's part. Let's see. Hold on. Johnny's always talking about things that are Wrong with the government. Look, look. I took a shower where the spiders was. I was freaking out the whole time. It was straight cold water, but still, I have never taken a faster shower in my life ever until that day. Like cold water wasn't cold. And when you see a spider, cold water's not cold. Cold water is just water. Water is just water. You gotta be scared of spiders though. You gotta be scared of spiders. You gotta be. Like I honestly, there are people that are fearless. I give you that. You can be fearless. I give you that. But it's not about being fearless. It's not. It's about finding reason. You know what I'm saying? Finding reason and the unknown and actually taking it to that level where you can feel comfortable. So that's what I see. Um, I wanna see this real quick. Uh, by the way, I've seen all the Annabelle movies. I'm a big fan. I mean, y'all funny. Um, let's talk about the movies coming out, people. Yeah, I mean, it's about to be a load of movies coming out. So I think Johnny got a whole section of something. I don't know. Let me see. Ah, the next segment. All right, so check this out, right? Johnny likes to talk about a lot of things when it comes down to politics or anniversaries and things like that. So let me jumpstart this off with maybe some fun things you could possibly do, right? If it's a scary movie, then I look, you should go and watch it, right? But don't watch it for the simple sake of like being scary. And this is not an infomercial, and I'm not being sponsored by Pure Life. You know what I mean? I'm just saying this is a bunch of movies as of starting the release date for as of August 8th. Yeah, funny. So I don't know all of these movies, but I have seen some of the commercials here and there. You know what I mean? Because I do watch YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Um, Freakier Friday. It's a sequel of the 2003 hit Freaky Friday starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. So I'm not sure if y'all know about that movie, but it's coming out pretty soon. It's actually in theaters now. Um, recommend it probably because it's a sequel where Lindsay Lohan was in it, and she was like the purebred white girl back in the day. Um, we might have a surprise guest here. We won't go too long, but let's see. Hold on. Um, we will add that. We will add our surprise guest in that tea time. Do I have a dimple? Is that a dimple? No, it ain't a dimple. Stop playing. I have a dimple. Stop playing. Hold on. Is that a dimple? Is that a dimple? Does that count? Does that count as a dimple? People, I need to know. Is that a dimple? Or is that just wrinkles? That age? That looks like age. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the dimples. When in Rome will be a next segment. I feel like we can really get into some things with When in Rome. And when tea time comes in, I'll have my guest come in, and we're gonna talk about some tea. Um, I think that's a dimple, bro. That's low key a dimple. I developed a dimple. Like it's there. It's there. I might have to smile harder. I'll practice that so I can make that dimple deeper. Do you have dimples when you smile? And have you always found them like cute for you or annoying because you feel like there's a hole in your face when you smile? You can answer that question later. The one trailer I saw, look, I'm trying to tell you. What? That's crazy. I'm gonna step away from the camera now. we we're not doing that. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that. If I ever get wrinkles on my face like that, I'm getting Botox probably. Stop playing. This movie, it's a horror movie. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, it's called Weapons, right? It's about kids that left the house but was never seen again. Um, that sounds more like a Peter Pan type of thing coming into real life. But if y'all know if it's a real story or not, please do so in the comments. Tell me what you think, because I'm intrigued by it. You know what I mean? I could watch this movie for free, but don't quote me on that. Um, Shaman is another horror movie. It's a horror film about a missionary family in Ecuador. Anybody from Ecuador, um, if you know anything about Shaman, that's a movie. I feel like I want to watch it. What's your ratings on, like, you know what I mean? Like movies that are actually good. Like, what do you think? Like, give me a really good scary movie, like something really good. You can't say The Grudge either, because that don't count. Um, My Mother's Wedding is a drama about three sisters returning home for their mother's third wedding. Now that sounds like an actual based on true story. You know what I mean? It's 2025, people. You know what I'm saying? The Grinch. I've seen Heretic. Maybe the Grinch is funny, isn't it? Like that's crazy. We're gonna talk about the Grinch at tea time because I think that um that's an old school movie we need to unpack. Jim Carrey playing Eggman is good, but Jim Carrey playing the Grinch, uh, Heretic, The Home. I've never seen The Home. These will all go into consideration. The Home. I've seen The Lady in Black. I've seen The Last House on the Left. I've seen Insidious, every single one of them. I believe in astral projection. I've done it once in my mission, and it was awesome until I was chased by some weird thing. But that's beside the point. We're not gonna talk about that. You know what I mean? We're not talking about that. How on earth? Hey yo, Zim is a zombie movie. Is it Zim? I've never seen Zim, but I'm gonna take a look at that. I'm gonna have to look at the comments and start adding some a list of movies to kind of like watch and update. I feel like I want to be on a movie rant, so let's do the next movie. Strange Harvest. It's a lot of scary movies coming out. This is a horror film about a detective hunting a serial killer. Now, my favorite hunting a serial killer movie was Zodiac, and that's an older movie, but creates a great puzzle. If you love puzzles, it's a great movie, hands down, hands down. Um, a documentary about Jeff Buckley. It's never over. Jeff Buckley is that's what it's called. I don't recommend it. You know what I mean? 28 years later, coming out too, or is it out? What the movie I was talking about? Uh, this one's an Indian film, which is really, really interesting because they usually don't do that very often. It's called, I might butcher it, but Andaz 2 or something like that. And it's an Indian film. Now, I'm interested to see it because that's not often. That's like rare. Remember when Black Panther first came out? Everybody was there. I mean, every theater was full of Black Panther. Like that's how much the movie sold out. It was kind of crazy, but you know what I mean? Um, they're streaming a thing on Shooter called Clown in the Cornfield. KO, you know what that is? You know what Azan is? Andaz. Hey, look, there's certain horror movies I don't watch, and there's certain horror movies I do watch. Um, Paranormal Activity, um, all fake, but I definitely don't recommend you binging. I don't recommend it at all. That's a word in Hindi. What does that word mean? Uh, uh, uh. So those are movies out, right? Not watching anything with the board. Let me tell you something, right? I was told this story by um someone in the past, right? They had a family member play with the Ouija board with a bunch of friends, and one friend committed suicide. Another friend freaked out, had a psychotic break, and then he was haunted and scratched by some type of demon. I was like, I'm not going next to that man. Tell me how. At the party store, you know, Party City, over there at any Halloween store, they selling Ouija boards. Now tell me if y'all think, right? Tell me if y'all think Ouija boards that are not real Ouija boards, but they still say Ouija board is still a Ouija board. You see what I'm saying? Do you think that Ouija board that's not a Ouija board because it's not connected to anything Ouija like, but it's still a Ouija board because it says Ouija board on it? You follow? You know what I'm saying? It worries me. If you know, you know. As far as movies coming out, I prefer um anything that doesn't require too much suspense. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And what else we got with my Ouija board question? Because honestly, there are some fake movies out there that use Ouija boards, and it can become quite the conundrum of esoteria. Meanwhile, back at the farm, Um, let's go ahead and run over to my segment. Ah, we out here. So stay tuned.
E non ti corra appresso, non ti strui, solo a guardare. Solo a guardare. Yam, 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 yam,
Sorry you had to catch me taking a swig of water. Um, I don't know. I kind of want to pull like one of those moments, and just update you. Let me update you on the swing of things. Because as like 2 weeks ago, I'm telling everyone about my accident, things like that. Tell me how it takes the police officers to submit one report like a month and a half. And on top of everything else, I'm trying to I'm trying I'm trying to understand this. Do I have to pay for a ticket or do I not have to pay for a ticket? Does the insurance pay for the ticket? I've never really been in an accident before. I don't know and I don't want to know, but now that I'm in this situation, I have to know. Does that make sense? So I'm calling everywhere and I'm getting like the most rude responses. Is it me or is it just the simple fact that 95% of the people that's supposed to protect and serve us don't really listen to us or care about us? Because every single time I talk to them, even if it's like a regular conversation, it's like get out my face. I'm doing the job. Like you don't get paid that much, bro. Stop playing. So let me get my police report. I'm gonna read my police report. I'm gonna tell you what he said compared to what I, sorry, got a phone call. Where time? Mm, People. This is my police report and drug test. Um, so I can't show you his name, but my name is on this piece of paper. This is the actual paperwork. Um, so apparently this fella had a 2018 vehicle and it was in decent condition until I hit it. Now I did my best, but my life is my life and it is what it is. So this is my citation. And I want to just kind of like update y'all on this really quick because I feel like this is kind of like a little too extreme for what he actually said I did, but I really didn't do that. And I'm coming to the conclusion that me being honest about the whole scenario didn't quite help at all. It just made it worse. So it says here, was distracted by pressing play on his phone and failed to observe the traffic stopped ahead, attempted to avoid but struck the rear of a vehicle, causing major damages and injuries. That's what it says here, right? The tow truck guy said that the person that was in the vehicle had no injuries. Minor if that. He was walking just fine. So if am I reaching too far if I say causing major damages and injuries? Like, is that even possible to like that's what you put on the report? He wasn't even there to see the other person leave. That person was gone inside of a car before or inside of an ambulance or something like that because he had nowhere to go. I understand why he would get in the ambulance. It makes sense. But causing major damages and injuries? It was one car, bro. But yeah, that's the update on that, right? I have to wait for that ticket or citation to hit the county clerk over there in St. Charles, Missouri. So pray for me. Um I think it sucks, but it is what it is, right? That's what I've been going through for the last 2 weeks trying to get everything organized, but it's not like it's possible. when you don't know. So when you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want to get a different job, but I don't want to get a different job because if I stick it out with the business, y'all tell me, y'all hearing me out. When you know you have to pay a $10,000 ticket and you know you may not get paid at all, do you change jobs to pay that $10,000 ticket, or do you stay in business and try to make as much money as you can to pay that $10,000 ticket? Now you have only one option. Every other week, you can probably get like 1,000 or $1,200. That's all you get. So, what would be your decision on this particular topic? Like, would you change jobs and then strategically try to pay back that 10,000, or would you try to stay with your business and try to pay back that 10,000 by making as much money as possible, not knowing if you will or not? It's like a 50-50 toss up. So y'all tell me in the comments. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue down this line here and I will read them and put them on stage. Um, I don't think that none of this was fair, but you know, I can't get upset at the idea that yes, I was trying to press play, but my foot was on the brakes, a car was shifting in and out, and Jessica says depends on how I came out of it mentally. Um, all cards on the table. All cards on the table? Okay, let me just do that. Let me just do that. Um, I never slowed down from that day it happened, right? So am I really okay? Am I not okay? That's the big question, right? Am I really okay? Am I not okay? If I'm okay, then that means that I should have things figured out. If I'm not okay, I should be not really driving. If that makes sense, like I should be fearing the idea of being behind the wheel. Now I know that I have to get out the situation, so I can't really stop driving. Hence, they gave me a new car. I'm in a new truck. I'm in the new truck. This new truck has a table. I love it. You know what I mean? I love it. Look at that. Anyway, um, I'm in a scenario where I don't like driving during the daytime when I get my load. Okay, we got some news here. We got some news here. Jessica speaks on this, and then let's all give her the support and and give her the applause, you know. I'm gonna address this situation too, because this is a serious one here. I had a car accident during winter, and now I'm terrified after 5 years to drive in the snow. Mentally, I didn't get over that accident, but you move on. Let me tell you, Jessica, I do not like driving these trucks in the snow. And I completely understand. I completely understand. Um, I'm not trying to trump your experience. But let me give you my experience to why I don't like to drive in the snow. If you can imagine a 5% grade, if you don't know what a 5% grade is, a 5% grade or a grade in general is like where it's like uphill, downhill. That's how it is. So if it's like this, it might be a 1% grade. If it's like this, it could be a 6% grade, 7% grade. If it's like this, it could be about an 8 to 9, 10% grade. Now, if you go over to it does driving this still sucks. But if you go over to Logan, Utah has this area where this thing it dips straight down. And at the end of that hill is a light right here. Like it's like right here. You have to drive down that just to get to the light. In the snow, don't catch me in that. I'm not even over there. You know what? I quit before I even go down the hill. I'm done. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. You don't know what's gonna happen. The snow will suck your tires in and it starts spinning out and you're done, right? So my situation goes like this, right? The crowning moment for the winning Rome thing, and then we're gonna move on to tea time because tea time is gonna get interesting because here we are. We're gonna pretty much just let's have a conversation, people. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about quite yet. I don't know what my guest is gonna talk about quite yet, but I will say this: tea time is gonna be very interesting, very interesting. All right, I need a media moment here. Yeah, I need one of them. Oh, it's loading. It's loading. And it's still loading. See? I'm sorry. That was a fail. That was a big fail. I'm sorry. Um, so yes, yes, Logan Snow has to be scary. Um, I'm driving in New Mexico. I'm new to driving. I have no idea exactly all the tricks and tidbits and all that. I don't know what's going on. I just know that I'm freaking out already. So what happens, right? I'm driving downhill in New Mexico going roughly about 60 miles, 70, 65 miles an hour. And I'm doing pretty good. The road's pretty dry. Everything is dry up until a certain point. I hit the curve and I start going downhill. It's about 4 to 5 inches of snow packed up like no one's driven on it, not once, right in front of me. Truck and trailer, fully loaded. Co-driver sleeping in the back. He's out like a light. Can't get him. We're stuck. We're going downhill. Trailer. So the tractor is supposed to go like this, right? The tractor started swinging like this. In order to actually get it back to normal, you got to speed up to get it like that. Now, can you imagine going down a 5% grade? Can you imagine going down Logan knowing that you have to make that turn and you know there's a steep turn like across, one of those sharp curves? Can you imagine that? And can you imagine this being your first time behind a truck driving experience in the winter time and you've never done it, but no one's there to supervise you or tell you what to do? And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, we're going to unalive today. That's what's going to happen. I don't know if I can control this. So I thought about it. I want to go home. 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 So I started to stab brake. When you stab brake, it's kind of like just kind of like taking the brakes and just stabbing the brake like that, right? That looked wrong. Don't mind that. That looked very wrong, but don't mind that. And you're doing that, but you're not holding on to the brake so the brake doesn't catch on the snow. And then I'm taking the engine brake and I'm putting it all the way down while stab braking, and I'm taking the trailer brake while, moving the trailer brake, applying them. And as I'm doing that, I'm slowing down slowly, but there's still a curve that's like a 50-mile-an-hour curve. I'm still going 60 miles an hour. I could hit the wall. So what happened is I had to take a risk and I slammed on the brakes and then sped up and slammed on the brakes and sped up. So that's my first experience of driving in the snow. Freaked me out. I get like these jitters. So if when I start driving in the snow, my hand starts to shake a little bit, like really, really bad. Like on both sides. And life moves on. So driving in the snow is not fun. But what it is an experience because I can drive a Toyota sedan, a Toyota Corolla in snow and plow through 8 inches. It doesn't matter. It's not a problem. But when you're driving a bigger vehicle, I am frightened. But I understand that, Jessica had hers, and I'm happy that, you're safe. And, this is something that you can never get over because it's a problem that presents itself every year. You see what I'm saying? You might have to get an off-road vehicle in order to get over it. But if you don't get an off-road vehicle, just live your life. You know what I mean? Or don't drive in the snow, or whatnot. Do donuts in the snow. My favorite thing to do is snow angels. Anyway, uh, I'm gonna organize getting my surprise guests here. Give me a second. My surprise guest will be on his way, and when he shows up, we will start tea time. And I'm not sure what I want to talk about in tea time. So maybe if you guys have um a story of some sort, or maybe something that has happened to you that you want the room touch, the El Toxico touch on it, you know? Um, but if not, when in doubt, when in Rome, he right here, this the crib, we chilling. And so far, so good. Still no Oso, still no Johnny, still no Rogue. But that was an intense story time, I would say so. If I'm not like it was interesting. And let's take a quick survey to say, do you guys like those stories? Cause I don't know, Rogue be tripping. You know what I mean? It's not my fault he moved into the woods. You know what I'm saying?
Here's Johnny.
It's not my fault he moved into. Uh, appreciate that, Jessica. Appreciate that. There is a. I have no idea what to do tonight, but you know what? The show must go on. You guys must see Rome. Rome must be out. He must be ready. And here I am. I am ready. Um, how about we move into tea time while we wait for our guest and put things into perspective, you know? Um, maybe I can tell you about my life, and maybe you can give me some advice, maybe not. I don't know if I want to talk about my life anymore. I feel like I said enough. But I can tell you about the book. I can tell you about other things as well. So stay tuned. You know what I mean? Welcome back. It's tea time, and we're casual today. We're very casual today. Is anybody worried about the weather at all? Like, are we not worried at all? Like, it's August and it's getting cold. Like, that's That has to say something. That has to be a sign for something. This summer is going to be very short, and winter is going to be very long. So for tea time today, I'm just going to just say this. For all my off-top objectors, start start your hibernation preparation now. Low key, like for real, start it now. Don't wait until later. Every week, go out and fill the pantry up, for real, because I don't see another way. I really don't. And if I'm right about this, each and everyone will just thank me. You know what I mean? Just thank me. I'm not asking for anything else. Just thank me. It what like summer is gone. Everywhere that I've been driving has been cold, except some parts of Texas, but that's Texas. Over here, I'm gonna let you know. I'm in Washington. In Washington, it's almost like 40 something degrees in our state is here. Are you using Google or are you using Safari?
Look, I got my laptop right here today.
He got the
Look,
laptop. Ah, Utah is hot for now, but let's talk about this. It is getting
where we at?
colder too soon. It's getting cold too soon. Low key, the
It is.
nights of Utah should be like 70 degrees, 75. It shouldn't feel cold at all.
Wait, hold
It should
on.
feel
Can
like
y'all hear
a
me?
walk in the park. I can hear you.
Okay, that's good. That's a good sign. I guess Apple products connect to
Hmm.
HP computers.
That's what's up. So this is KO King in the flesh. He's no longer in the chat. He's on stream.
How y'all doing?
Jessica, don't be
Look,
shy. Don't be shy, Jessica.
W
You're
in the
more than welcome
chat.
to.
W in the chat.
W in the W in
Yes,
the
sir.
chat.
Yes,
So you
sir.
might be using Google still.
I am.
Are you using the which browser are you using for this KO?
Google.
You
I'm on
you using
HP.
Google? Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you. I
Yeah, I
see
got my
you.
little webcam. I think
Um,
I'm gonna need a new webcam though. Gotta get the clarity.
are you I mean, you good so far. You got the Jarvises on.
Nah,
Um,
these are 2.0s.
2.0s.
Yeah, I got the originals over there. Nah, chill.
Oh no! Did you hear the click? Did you hear the click?
All right,
Hey,
all
tell
right.
me y'all heard the click. 105 in Sacramento. Okay, let's talk on it. Let's talk on this. Okay, let's talk on this.
All right, let's talk.
August is designed to be hot everywhere, or is it designed to be hot only in certain places? Let's talk on it. Let's talk on
I
it.
think I think it depends where you at
Utah
in the
is hot
world though.
everywhere. So, I mean, I was driving through Utah once about I don't know a week ago or something like that, and it was about to come into August. It was like the end of July, things like that. And I get out of the truck to go check on the truck and things like that. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, wow, I should probably put a jacket on. You know what I mean? It's July. Why should I put a jacket on? It doesn't make any sense. I should be sweating right now because August is around the corner. So like
Yeah.
I feel like this winter is going to be really bad. Not
Last
like
winter was
snow
really bad.
falling on the ground. Nah, this one gonna be frosty. Like this one's gonna be a chill. Like
Like red
no other.
fingertips.
Yeah, like you need gloves. You need four pairs of gloves, maybe.
I
I'm
mean, you already
sensing the
wear
ice
like two
over.
socks.
I have to, man. You know what I mean? It protects the feet. So what's your thoughts on this idea of this summer? Because this summer is coming to an end pretty soon, and when that summer ends, how soon how soon do we start preparing for winter? Because right now everything is cheap because it's
You know,
summer, right?
yeah. I missed the part of this summer. I'm not gonna lie. I was in India for like a month and a half. I'm not gonna lie. I really kind of miss it there. That was like paradise. But had
Yeah.
to come back. You know, work calls, everything calls. I miss my bro Rome, so I had to come back. Over there, it was like humid, really, really humid. And I come over here, it's like
You
dry
have
season,
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes too. Like I had bite marks like everywhere. I was like, man, what am I doing? So they got like this little spray thing that you can spray on your body. Like it's a mosquito repellent.
Does it work really? Does it
Mosquito.
really work? Because I know for a fact it don't work over here.
No, you know what? It kind of actually worked. But at the same time, if you put too much, then mosquitoes just stick onto you. And then
Oh,
nah,
so it works as like a trap instead of working as a repellent if you apply too much.
if you apply too much, yeah.
You know how look, you know how they have those little mouse traps?
Yeah.
It's like a mouse trap and the mouse runs through it and they get stuck and you
Hmm.
get to like dispose of it. Is it like that?
Nah, no, 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 no.
No. I mean, I
Nah,
figure it's
nah.
like your
And
skin turns into
so
super glue.
nah, it's not like that, but it's like, I mean, you can like whack it off, they eventually fly off. But it's like when you got it on, they're in the area, they like, smell you and they just like go away. But when you're like stormed by a bunch of mosquitoes, yeah, it's game over. I'm sorry, but it's
They,
game over.
they got mosquito swarms?
They got
That sounds
mosquito
like a
swarms,
video game.
bro. Bro, you know what? That
H.
could be a video game. But like
Good.
nah, but over there, you
I'm
know
gonna
what? What, mosquito repellents?
Google this real quick. I'm listening. Yeah, like natural mosquito repellents because in Carlin,
You,
Nevada, they are terrible.
Yo, so in India, they actually have this thing that you burn. It's like it comes in like a big, you know how sticky notes, those little square things, and you peel it off,
Yeah.
right? And you stick it. So it's kind of like that big, but it's like in a rectangular form, and you just like rip one piece of paper off and you like put it on fire. And then like you like let it burn. So the floors in India are like fully like there's no carpet. It's just marble or
Yeah, I
like
think I
just
got yeah.
tiles and stuff. So you just like burn a piece of paper and just put it in the corner, and then like that the paper has some kind of mixture in it. When it burns, it turns into smoke, and then like you can't really smell it, but like the mosquitoes smell it. You know what I mean?
What's it called?
I don't even know. I know what it's called in Hindi in our language, but I have no idea what it's called in English, bro.
Man, you gonna have look. We already got a
Let me
movie
let me let
coming
me.
out in
I got
Hindi.
you.
You might
I
as
got
well.
you. I got you.
Well,
I'm gonna
you
search that
gonna
up
have
for
to
you
look
right
that
now.
up because like if we could find something, right? Because they
Yeah.
like honestly, like let's talk about it. Like let's talk about it. You're outside, you want to be outside. It's a good day in August, and you made it through the whole day, and you realize it was a good day. You didn't get bit by a mosquito once. And then you look down and you scratching your arm like, damn, I got hit, I got bit 4 times. Now,
Yeah.
if it's one thing I do know is I started studying mosquitoes. And the female mosquitoes carry the most diseases. I didn't
Mm.
even know there were female mosquitoes.
Oh, you know what? I actually saw this reading online that I think it was like only the female mosquitoes bite you because like that's how they
Yep,
do like the whole reproduction thing.
yep,
Yo, you know what?
yep,
That's crazy. We got mosquito babies, bro.
yep. In our bodies, probably. Like now we're like infested with aliens. I'm just playing. But what if that
That
was a
don't
real
make me
fact?
feel good. That don't make me feel
That,
good.
that don't make me feel good.
That that don't make me feel good. Why'd you say that?
Um, aliens.
I didn't like that.
So it says here that female mosquitoes bite, feed on blood, like you said, to get nutrients to develop their eggs, while male mosquitoes primarily feed on the nectar in the plant and juices. So we don't necessarily get bit by male mosquitoes at all. We
Nah.
only get bit by female mosquitoes.
Wait. So what do male mosquitoes do?
They only go for the juices and the nectars and the flowers. They pretty much take the bee's job.
Damn.
And here's a list. Here's a list. Here's a list because we gotta go through that, right? The female mosquitoes require blood meals for egg development. Um, the biting is responses to the itchy and the scratches and all that.
Yeah.
The reproductions of they lay eggs and the blood meal is crucial to their process. So I even said this to somebody before. If a female mosquito, let's just put it that way, if a female mosquito is eating you and you don't let it finish, it could actually cause the bump. But if you let the female mosquito finish, the bump may not occur. That's just a hypothesis. I don't know if it's real or not.
You, you know, I saw that thing. I think I saw a video on that, and it was like before they actually like bite you to suck the blood, they actually spit on you. Anyways, they like create a little spot and they spit on you, and then they like go in at it,
Hmm. But
and then
no,
they
they
suck
don't.
it all up.
But this the thing is the male mosquitoes and the female mosquitoes look exactly the same, so it's hard to tell them apart.
Hmm. They have like shield thing for their nose needles that comes off when they like start biting you.
Really?
Mm. You know what? That's crazy. I just thought of this. You know how mosquitoes they fly in the nighttime in the dark, but
Are
you
they
don't see them.
nocturnal?
But you don't see them all the time in the daytime.
So mosquitoes are nocturnal.
I think so. Just like how bees can't fly in the dark.
We're gonna come down. Oh,
Am I
well,
right?
that's interesting. It says that mosquitoes are nocturnal. They're the most active during the nighttime than they are during the daytime.
Okay. So
But
what
it
they doing
says
in the daytime?
mosquitoes are more comfortable in cooler temperatures. Isn't that
Mm.
interesting? But that doesn't make sense though, because they're outside during the daytime when it's the hottest to get their meals.
Where are they in the daytime actually? You know how bats go inside of caves?
Yeah.
Where do mosquitoes go?
Well, it says here that they're programmed to be more active at night. That's how it is. But they said that nocturnal species, not all mosquitoes are nocturnal. The Asian tiger mosquito are more active during the day. However, the
Mm,
majority of the mosquito species are nocturnal and prefer to speed their feet at night. So we're not getting bit by American mosquitoes.
mm. So what breed are they? I mean, is that the right what
You know
breed?
what? What breed is American mosquitoes? Like, I don't think
Like
we
is it
know.
like do they have like different names? Like you know how dogs got like different names, like a husky, a pit bull. Is there like a brand for like mosquitoes too?
I think
Oh,
the
you know what?
government. I think the
I
government
heard
does
of
it.
yeah, good good thinking. Maybe not. But what about like the dengue mosquitoes? You know the dengue fever that was spread by like mosquito. Cause I
The
swear
thing,
I've seen some mosquitoes this big in India, bro.
yeah, those I don't know. And you got the chat talking about something they would rather deal with the spiders. Look, I'm not dealing with
Where
the
is I
mosquitoes
can't even see
either.
the chat. Where's the chat, bro?
I don't know. You gotta go to comments.
It's not updating for me. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
but
Yeah,
you
it
know
was stuck.
that was a
Oh,
really
join chat.
decent a decent intro to tea time. I feel like definitely that's something we gotta touch on.
Yeah.
Um, how's life, bro?
Life's good, bro. Honestly, like I'm not really like going through a lot, you know what I mean? I'm chilling at the moment. There's a lot of private stuff. And my bad. I'm just trying to figure out why I can't see the chat.
You gonna get to the chat. I mean, you probably gotta go on your phone and go there.
I'm already on there.
As as far as like today, um, I've been doing a lot of studying, and my study is kind of like just focused around people, you know? Individuals are so nice to you when they don't know you, and then when they
Mhm.
get to know you, that's when it's like we gotta pick. I like this, I like that, I like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. And circumstance and point is like a person that doesn't know me might hold the door open for me,
Mm.
right? But then when they do get to know me, they're going to choose to open the door for me, but then they're going to choose for a particular reason. It's not for the same reason of just being courteous anymore. They're
Yeah.
choosing, oh, because he has a family, or um he works hard, or something like that. It's always a courtesy.
You know you do you think it's only because of where we're at? Like in India, everybody's like, cool, right? To everybody else, but like when they see like a foreigner, right, over there for them, of people traveling from here would be foreigners. They'll like look at them and then they'll be like really friendly and they'll be like, "You want some tea?" And have a little tea time because tea is like an essential part of an Indian's life.
You're not lying. So in Africa they call it chai, right? You call it chai here too,
Chai
right?
as well. Yeah, yeah.
And whenever someone would say tea, they really mean chai. Chai is not tea.
I actually got my chai here today because it's tea time, so I had to go big.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got tea time. I got, I mean,
And
I got
hold
three
on,
glasses of water.
I actually came prepared because um I got some conchas right?
I'm trying not to eat on tea time, bro.
And
I'm
it's tea
trying
time.
not to. I know, but I'm always eating. Everybody's like, Rome's always eating. Rome's always eating.
Hey, wait till y'all know me, man. Oh, this is hot, bro.
The thing is everybody's on their own time, you know, and being that everybody's on their own time, you have your profession is in sales, right?
Yeah.
So you're dealing with time plus sale equals profit.
Yep.
So you have to manage someone else's time. So you might look at a person and say, "Oh, yeah, maybe, I could talk about this and then this and then do that and do this." Or you can be selective and say, because he has nice shoes, I'm gonna compliment his shoes and then sell him his water.
Yeah. You can also do that, but like one thing I really learned in sales is like you gotta know your customer, right? Some people are like you change your attitude when you see a customer like that that's unprofessional. I think it's reading more like reading the scene, right? So like not judging a book by its cover, but like of how streetwear. You know what I mean? If I come in suited and booted, right, and got some glasses on, like you would want to talk to me in a professional way, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm
That
coming in
that
with like,
that comes with that open door courtesy thing. Like, oh,
yeah,
you're gonna open the
exactly,
door because I have a white shirt and tie on, but if I had
yep,
streetwear on, you might just push it open and walk away.
yep. But if I come in with baggy jeans and a baggy tee, right, with fanny pack on the side, then you might want to be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, bro?" Versus the suited and booted, you'll be like, "How you doing today, sir?" Right? If you show them that friendly brotherhood, the more closer your customers will get to you.
Yeah. I mean, being too friendly can backfire.
That
I've
can.
had
You can.
I've had a situation a while ago, and you may know about this, right? Where I was at the gym. I'm at the gym. This is the gym. I didn't say I was anywhere else. I was at the gym, play basketball, lift weights, hit the heavy bag. After I leave the gym, this guy is just he gives me that side eye, that weird side eye. You know what I mean? Like maybe he has a question. I don't know. My truck is parked in the back of the gym. So I gotta walk all the way around to the back of the gym. And then as I'm coming driving back, he's just like staring. And I'm just like, you know what? I want a Little Caesars pizza, right? So I get a Little Caesars pizza. I'm going to get a Little Caesars pizza. That's my goal. As I'm going over there, he stops me. He says, "Hey, how you doing today?" And I'm like, "I'm doing good." And he stops me. He says, "You're a good-looking man." You see how being nice backfired on me? I have nothing against LGBT community, right? I think they're all lovely people. But I'm just saying the idea is that maybe he got the wrong idea in general.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people want to do that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like even let's say you outside with your girl
Hmm.
and you hold the door for another girl and you held the door for her, but you didn't want to be mean and did close the door on her. So now you in the wrong or are you in the right? We're gonna have makeup and Jessica and Dancing Honey answer that too as well if they still in the chat because I know they might have something to say about that. But I'm just saying we still at the courtesy part.
That's why. That's why you got to run up to the front. You got to be in front of the girl and just open the door, and
Oh,
so
you got
they're
a
just
method?
walking out. Yeah. Strategize.
So,
Look.
makeup, you got something to say. I know you do.
Yo, where's she at, man? The chat's not active, man. Come on, let's get a W in the chat, bro.
So So wait. Is it or is it not necessarily popular? What is it called if I just close the door and the girl's like, just close it. I just let it close. And this, we're not talking about a light door, bro.
Yeah,
We're not talking about a light door.
that might be getting, but that might be called getting sued.
Well, I didn't close it. I just let it go. It's her
Okay,
job
nah.
to
So you
open
gotta
it.
you gotta like, I don't know. You could probably play it out, like probably just be like on the phone. I got you. Open the door and like not even noticing. Like, yeah, what were you saying, sir?
No, 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 no. You with your girl.
No, oh, okay. I'm with my girl too, and like so
Yeah.
happen to be there's another girl behind her.
Yeah. This is
Idea.
such an awkward
You know what?
situation.
Idea. You know what? Idea. Right. And depending on how far the other girl is, right? You open the door, right? Midway, right? Your girl is about to walk out. And you just like stop or you look her in the eye, say something smooth and be like, I forgot to tell you how beautiful you was today, right? That makes her freeze there for a second for the other girl to catch up. So now they doing it. She's walking out and she not even, the other girl is just walking out at the same time too. And then you close the door. You right, instead of her looking that way, you put your arm around, bring around. Now we're walking this way. Lead the way.
So it's best to just open up both double doors at this point.
Well, you can't do that. You gotta be
Sure.
strong. How you do that? Oh, you know what? In the malls they got like those handicap buttons.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. He's right. The man is right. But
Yeah,
those handicap buttons don't
they
usually
not
work all
everywhere.
the time.
They not everywhere. I mean, like
Not all the
sometimes they be like
time.
really slow, and now you press the button, you waiting at the door like for it to open all the way so you can walk in. That's a Mr. Bean
Yo,
moment.
those doors is heavy though.
They are. I
They're
mean,
heavy.
once you press the button, they get heavy.
They're heavy.
But if you
They're
don't press
heavy
the button, they
doors.
not.
Um, let me ask this open question then. Um, if you hitting that handicap button,
Hmm.
you hit the handicap button. Do you go through first or do you go through last?
Nah, last. Mm-mm-mm. Second, because there's the other girl behind too.
Yeah.
So you press the button, be like, my queen first, right? Say something smooth, let her go, make her feel good about herself, about her day. Right as the other girl is about to come out, boom, shoot
Dude,
out.
I saw a YouTube video where he held the door for his girl and the other girl was walking through. He's like, ah, he just mugged her. What did nah? You have to get the door for yourself. And then he closed it and then walked away. I was just like, granted, I don't want anyone to be in that situation, right?
Mm-mm.
But
Those are tough times.
this is a very common situation. I guess it's a scenario that everybody goes through.
Yeah.
You see like a family of like six walk through one door. And that family of six got like a baby or a kid, things like that. It's reasonable for you to hold the door until that baby gets to that door because children get abducted so often, so easily, and parents are like, I don't know what happened, what's going on. It's because we have to be more, I say, vigilant in protecting individuals as well. Because that girl that tried to walk through that door could have been followed by somebody and she's trying to get away. We don't know.
I would suggest them to carry a pepper spray.
They have a lot of things going on for self-defense. What do you think about a
Dude,
man carrying pepper spray? What do you think about a man carrying the whistle and the taser? Like, is it the same effect as
bro,
a woman?
it, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but people about to disrespect you.
No, I'm just saying. Like, because there's men out there that
Oh,
don't
hold
fight.
on, hold on. Makeup. She said, "Be a gentleman and hold the door for any girl." That's
That
true.
raises a question though, makeup. What if
That
it's a
yeah,
gang of girls walking out at the same time? You walked out first.
you stuck there now. Now you like it's a cut scene.
You see?
But like, what if your girl is like the super jealous type, right? And she wants you like to herself, and she like, she gonna get all moody and because not all girls are cool like that these days.
No, not everybody can be
She
makeup.
said, "Still hold it."
Okay. We're gonna hold that answer in the lock that answer in there.
You know what? You know what? I don't care who my girl is, how jealous she will get. I'm holding the door and I'm gonna stand there and I'm gonna just watch.
Then you're dating a toxic my counterpart.
Hey, those been the moments. I've been through that. Rome, I'm pretty sure you've been through that too.
I have. I've been told I'm too generous. Like, cause you get stuck at that door and you trying to live the rest of your day, and everybody is just walking by. I was at a mall one day and I held the door for this person. Everyone else said thank you. This person just walked on by and let it just go. I'm like, I didn't just waste my hours. You know what I mean? Just sitting here like trying to be nice. I could have just hit the handicap button, but the handicap button, I don't know if it worked or if it didn't work. I just pulled the door.
You know, handicap button is for handicaps. Should you use the button?
Ooh. I use the handicap seating stalls when I go to the bathroom.
What if there's someone waiting for you outside that exact stall, right? And they've been knocking on it and you walk out and there's a person on the wheelchair. What are you doing then?
My bad. I want to be rude. My bad. I would be annoyed if you didn't hold the door.
Don't worry.
I
If I ever see you in public, I'm gonna hold the door for you.
but like that means like no eye contact. I gotta pull a straight Edward,
I,
head down. I can only see your feet.
what? Not even the feet, bro.
Now the feet is off limits too. Oh
Toxic
yeah,
eyes,
cause
bro. You gotta be looking at the sky.
we supposed to be serious on tea time, bro.
Nah,
What are we
just,
doing?
I just imagine like there's birds flying over, like look around.
Yeah, that's a bird right there for sure. Oh, no one.
Sparrow.
Okay, we're good.
And
Makeup walk through the
one
door.
one arrow hit two sparrows. One, two.
Right? Right? So that I was just thinking of that because it's been a while since I've held the door for anyone, right? People are holding the door for me. So like I'm not in a position to hold the door at all, and then that person holds the door, and I'm just like, "Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day." But I don't never hear nobody say, "You're welcome."
You you remember when you held the door for me,
Mhm.
and I was like, wait, we need to make a video.
I remember that.
Should we tell the story to the chat? Is that something
Look,
that we should share?
we should tell a story to the chat.
Huh?
We
Yo,
should tell the story to the. No, you guys. If you're gonna tell the story, you're gonna have to tell a whole story. You cannot be partial on it. Even the chick
Detail.
with no shoes. You
I
need to
got
go
you.
there.
I got you. Even like the drink.
Yep, everything. You need.
I got you. We going in detail. Story time. Huh? So here we are. I think we had just left the studio that day, right? No, we were actually chilling in downtown and riding around, trying to find some GTA side quests. Right?
Yep,
That's what we
yep.
call them, side quests, because we've been through quite a few, and those are a lot of story times, funny moments, right? And
Hmm.
here we are, right? It was me, Rome, and we had another friend there, Isaac, right? Good dude and all that, but so we go ahead and we're like, we need to use the bathroom, right? So we go ahead and park up at the Maverick, and we go inside, use the bathroom, and I'm like, maybe I should get a drink. So went on and got a drink, right? And we're at the register, and this girl comes walking in, no shoes, right? Now she just looks like she's just way tipsy, like way she's just gone out of this world. You don't know what she's thinking about. You don't know what she's seeing. She walks in, she looks at the cashier, is like, "Where's my other friend at?" And the cashier is like, "What friend? I'm here every day, right?" And she's like, "Oh, I think it was probably a different store." So she goes in, we going out, right? And now I'm about to go sit in the car. Now Rome comes and opens the door for me. And I'm like, okay. So I sit down, he closes it. And then Isaac opens the driver's seat for Rome. And Rome was like, oh, okay. He sits down. Right. Next thing you know, Isaac goes around to go into the passenger seat. We open the door from the inside and we push it, you know. Now he goes
Yeah.
in and sits in there. And we were like, wait, I was like, he was about to take off and party. I was like, wait, nah, bro. We need to make a video of this, right?
We still got
So
that video.
I do. I actually have it in my phone. It's somewhere, dude. It's somewhere in my phone. I know that for a fact. I could probably find it. And then, so we were like, okay, let's do it. So we grabbed the car. We took it out of the parking lot. We parked it right in front of the door,
Like
right?
exactly in front of the
Like
door.
right in front of the door. And
Like
everyone's just
we
looking
were
at
hold on. We were so close to that door we could have drove into the store.
me. Yeah.
That's how close we were.
Dude. So we go ahead and go inside, and Maverick has those fancy doors where they just like slide open, right? Motion detectors. Unfortunately, us 7-Eleven people don't have that, but we still got the good food. Anyways, anyway, anyways, that girl's on checkout, right? Now we noticed her there, and we're like, damn, she's still in here, right? So she's trying to get a drink, and I was like, excuse me, ma'am, is it fine if you like shoot this video for us? I'll go ahead and buy your drink, ma'am. It's totally fine. Can you just shoot this video? I'll buy your drink. So she got like 2 energy drinks, and I went ahead and bought that drink for her. And she was like, oh yeah. Let me put this drink in my car real quick, and I'll be right outside. And she's like, she can hardly walk, right? And so she comes and she's like, yeah, I'll hold the phone for you guys. And I was like, okay. And I saw her hand shaking, right? And I looked at Rome and I'm like, bro, the camera about to go like, it's about to be blurry, right? And then there, right there, I was like, wait, I got an iPhone 14. So we hadn't put that action mode on. So it would stay still, right? iPhone. Shout out to Apple for putting that feature in there. We go in, right? She's recording. I come out first, and then Rome's on my right side. Isaac's on the left side. We go out. I go around the car, and she's still recording. She's like in the zone. Like she's super drunk, and she's locked in. She's
She
holding the
was like
phone.
she was a 5 foot drone.
Yeah, dude. And the camera was locked in on me so good. Like I was like, damn, I don't even need to edit this, right? We go in, Rome opens the door for me, Isaac opens the door for Rome, we open the door for Isaac from the inside, and then he closes it, right? Okay, the shoot's done. The cashier is just looking at it. He's like, can you guys please go? What are you guys doing? And we're like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. We're just shooting a quick video. We're YouTube content creators, blah, 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 right? And he totally believed that. And then we go outside, and I think, was it you that started talking to the girl, or was it?
I was she was talking to you, and
Okay.
then she goes to her trunk and pulls out the bottle,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
no. Start from the beginning. I remember it now. She started talking to me. She's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing over here?" And I was like, "We're just chilling, having some fun, doing some side quests and stuff." And luckily, ran into you. Shot a really good music. You really shot a really good video of us. I really appreciate that. And she was like, and we were like, "How's your day going, though?" She was like, "Man, I just got in a fight with my boyfriend, right?" And
"Yup,
that makes sense why she was drunk, right?
yup."
In her
Drinking
field.
and driving doesn't make sense, but drinking and driving with no shoes definitely doesn't make sense. Like
Exactly.
I don't,
Exactly. Unless you're in India.
unless you're in India.
And then, okay, so anyways, she's like, I got a bottle. You guys want to take a shot? And we were like, oh, no, I'm sorry. We don't drink. Right. So she's like, oh, I'm going to take a shot anyways. And I'm like, go ahead and do what you got to do, but just be careful. Right. She brings out the whole bottle. It doesn't even have a lid on it. No lid on it. It's just sitting in the drawer without a lid.
Love that part.
Right. She's like, can
She
you hold
like,
this? And I was like, I don't know if I want to hold it, but she just like hands it to me. So I'm like, I don't want it to fall. It's expensive. It's a Don Julio, right? So I grab it and it's hot. It's hot. It's warm. And I'm like,
yeah.
ain't no way she about to drink hot liquor. Ain't
She
no way.
drink. She drank hot liquor.
She grabbed it, she drinking, and it's all dropping down her mouth. And I was like, what's going
She
on?
asked. She was asking you if you had a girlfriend. She was asking you. I remember because then she turned to me and she was like, "So what about him? Does he have a girlfriend?" And
Yeah.
then she was like, "I'm not really into white guys."
Yeah. Oh,
I was like, "Sucks to be Isaac, right? I'm
yeah.
not into white guys." And then she's like, I'm like, bro, this is not a healthy situation. We need to make sure she get home. We like,
Yeah.
are you going home? She goes, "No, I'm gonna just drive
Drive
around for a
around.
little
Oh, no.
bit."
She was like, "You guys we should race." That's what she said because we were in the Chrysler. We should
Yeah,
race. And we're like, no, don't race. But you know what I'm saying? You can follow us and we'll make sure that you get home safe. Yeah. We drive
bro,
up. We we drive up.
bro.
And she just totally
Like went the opposite way. So we go to follow her,
uh
right? The second we go to follow her, because we maneuvered that car real quick. The second we go to follow her, she takes off
yeah.
like 100 miles an hour. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting here thinking, and she's swerving in. And I thought it was a little exuberating, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
follow after, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we going and on traffic, off traffic, all the way through both sides. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why am I doing this? You know what? I'm gonna stop. She keeps going
Yeah.
until this day. We don't even know if she's alive at all.
I hope she is, bro.
I hope so too, man, because like she's a good person, just bad
I
night.
she shot our video, bro. I
I know.
I
When we
still
gonna get the
have the
credits to?
audio of her breathing into my phone.
A breathalyzer drunk.
Imagine if Apple really had that feature.
No, they do. They
Really?
do have one. There is one. I saw someone do this, like a patrol officer. He was like, just breathe into the phone. The person's like, wait, what? It's a thing. It really is a thing.
Wow.
But
Phone breathalyzer.
it's a thing. It really is.
Is it
And
is it an Apple? If it's an Apple product, is it called iBreath?
hey, Jarvis, I don't know. I don't know.
Jarvis 2.0.
It should. It should. But that that girl was drunk. That we know.
Yeah.
She didn't have any shoes on. That we know. She was driving drunk. That we know with no shoes on. That we know. I mean, these clues are just way too
And she was
radical,
driving a
right?
Nissan Altima. how does a Nissan Altima drives off from a Chrysler 300?
She had a twin turbo. She had a twin turbo.
Had to.
And the fact that she's driving. So let me ask this though. Um, in her situation, right? How do you rate that on the scale? Because if we're holding the door, still holding the door, and still holding the door, and still holding the door, and she walks out of the door and she's like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" Your
Mm,
girl is way in the front,
she's just waiting. She's just waiting for you to be free.
right? You know what I mean? It's like that scenario would probably be a bad scenario to a point where you gotta go, and you don't get the door open for you, and then you close it. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So it's like we still have to follow the rules of being nice.
yeah.
We have to. We have to hold that door for that female or for that individual walking through that door. But if that person does not say thank you, what is your result?
I just stand there and just say, God bless you.
That's an interesting point of view there. I would probably not be too offended, but I would, be offended depending on how fast you were walking.
I mean, like, okay, for an example, look at it, right? What if there's a situation they got going on? They just went right past you. They're not really worried about who opened the door, but they're worried about what happened, right? So you never really know the situation behind the person before you take action of what they did, right?
But it's just two simple words.
I know it's two simple words, but for an example, let's just say I got into a really bad accident. I'm getting hospitalized. You get the news. You run into me, right? Are you really thinking about saying thank you? Or are you really thinking about, I need to get there right now? Is he okay?
I mean, I'm gonna say thank you because it's like almost one of those like like subconscious things that just happens automatically, it just
Yeah.
fires automatically. Um, but if you're in my way and I'm running, I'm gonna pull the door all the way. It's gonna swing all the way,
Yeah.
right? But being the fact that you got out of my way, I'm gonna say thank you.
Mm. But there's a thing what you call is like in the situation. Right now you're thinking about it. But when you're in the situation, is that really gonna happen? There's
It's
only one way
happened
to
a
find
couple
out, bro.
times.
There's only one way to find out. I gotta get into an accident.
Get into an accident.
Nah, like-
Y'all heard it live. This man is doing it on purpose so that he can get this situation done. You heard it live.
Yeah,
I gotta get into an accident just to see what you're gonna do. That's crazy.
yeah.
Nah, so now what's your go-to when it comes down to the courtesy of helping someone? Like, what draws the line that says I'm not going to help this person because this draws the line?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Me coming out from my religion, the Sikhism, right? So like one of our first five teachings is like be helpful to others that are in need of help or not, right? So that's just like in our culture, in our religion, that we will do things that people won't, not everyone is gonna do, right? Like for an example, there's times where people come into the 7-Eleven, they're like they don't have any money, right? And they're I can see that they're dying of thirst, right? They want some
Mm,
water. I'm like, it's okay, you can go get a cup of water. You want something to eat, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I got ways to cover the cost of every whatever is going on, but it's always good to be helpful for others. Like we believe in karma, good karma, bad karma.
correct.
So it's like I don't really feel like there's a part where it will cut the line, right? For me personally, I mean, if you're being disrespectful, then you're being disrespectful. I have no problem with that. That's on you. I'm not really gonna respond back until like something serious happens because we're not really allowed to attack first. Yeah, you know what I mean? Go on to a situation first.
Yeah, I mean, when for me, it comes down to this, right? Is this person intoxicated to a point where he or she doesn't really know what's going on? I was doing this Uber, right?
Hmm.
And as I'm doing this Uber, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's just an Uber, right? It's a female. I'm doing my job. I have no intentions at all whatsoever.
Yeah,
The person that I'm taking to XYZ is a female. She says, I dropped my phone in your car. Can you help me look for it? I'm like, I can't help you with that, ma'am. I'm sorry about that. This sounds like a deploy for me to actually do something and get trapped in a scenario.
mm,
So honestly, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I won't help you because this is a scene where it's like you could cry out the wrong crimes and I might be the one in trouble because I don't have cameras to prove that I was actually helping you.
yeah,
So how would you place that? Because you really need to have cameras that says I did my best to actually help. Some people are aggressive and they just do it because they want to get you caught up.
yeah. Some people will do it that just because they're having a bad day. But that's funny, actually. The other day, actually, we had a delivery at the 7-Eleven. I got into a little argument with the delivery guy. Now, what he was delivering was ice bags.
Right?
Bro comes in, and last time they delivered, they were like, "Well, we charge you for this much, but we gave you this much, right?" So we're just like trying to keep count of our stock. So we went in and like count. I was like, "I'm gonna count the ice, sir." You know what I mean? I'm being nice, and he's like, "Oh, now you guys have to count the ices. You guys don't believe us, blah blah blah. You have no trust." So he gets mad, right? Right as he's coming in the door, I counted everything, right? While he's taking it. It's not that hard to count ice bags. They're big and you can see them clearly from the register, right? And I'm counting them while he's going. So I counted it all. He made sure it was all correct, right? And so at the end, he's like, I don't really appreciate you guys accusing me. And I was like, whoa, excuse me, sir. First of all, I don't mean to cut you off, but no one's accusing you. This is just straight line of business, and we want to make sure that we're having the right amount of stock. I'm just trying to keep track.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're not going to give you guys no more discount, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's not for you to say. That's for your boss to tell me. And it's okay if you don't give me a discount. I'm totally
It's
fine
just
with that.
ice.
It's just ice, right?
It's just ice.
It was so weird, man. And he was like so like he felt like he was threatened or something. Like he was raising his voice, right? My brother comes in, he's talking to him nicely, right? And so here's the part where it draws the line for me. You're talking to me, it's fine, right? I was chilled to him for the time being. My brother came and he starts yelling at my brother.
So it was a transfer of energy to someone that had no idea what was going on.
Yep. But it was like even someone else like not it's not because it's bro my brother is a family, but it's because he didn't know what was going on. He came and he was trying to pay him, and he started talking wild on my brother, and I was like, okay, that's where it cut the line. Because you talking to me,
Mm,
I'm gonna talk to me, right? I'll handle
yeah.
this situation. Why are you trying to handle it with him? That's a whole new person. He don't even know what's going on. But right,
Yeah.
it was like a lost moment for me because I'm not gonna say exactly what I said, but it was pretty hectic.
I mean, most people want to get into fist fights. They
Yeah.
wake up with the desire to get into a fist fight.
Yep.
Now, me personally, I see red when I fight, so I try not to fight. Some people don't see red at all, but they just see like they just want to do something, and that's understandable. Now, when it comes down to being courteous, I don't know if I can be nice to everybody anymore. I can be nice to certain people that display nice things. Like, for example, me and you are walking, you see this person, me and that person we got eye contact. Like, hey, I'm walking through that door too. Now, common courtesy is I'm first. If the first is last and the last is first, right? That's how, some most scriptures will read it. And you open the door, that person walks through. You walk through after that, that person opens the door, you walk through, that person walks through. That's the order of courtesy.
Yeah.
But most people don't do that. I don't know how I got on the topic, but it's just like the thing is like you know English, don't know English, you have a different language or don't have a different language. Courtesy is a language on its own.
Right.
You know what I
You know,
mean?
not everyone's there to be nice, but at the same time, they have their own reasons of not to be. Right. Like, what if something's going on? Something's going. But of course, I wouldn't really. I don't like it when people take off their energy off on a person that doesn't know what happened. He's not even in the scene. So why would you make him a part of the scene? Right? Now, for an example, if you want someone to talk to, that's a different part. That's a whole different thing. You need someone to talk to. You want to vent, right? Venting to people or like to a close friend or someone that you love, right? Would be like one of the best ways to calm down, right? When I'm going through something, I talk to you and I calm down a little bit, right? Something happened on your side, you call me. Sometimes you don't. I don't know how you do it, bro. I don't know how you do it. But I know you had some anger issues in the past too. I did as well. Those weren't good days.
We we have to. I think growing up had to come from experience.
Yeah.
Like I had to make that mistake, right? Like I don't know how I got the name of Toxico, but it happened, right?
How are you toxic?
I don't know. Sometimes I be saying things that just don't make sense, but it makes sense to me.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was given that name by by makeup.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Well,
she gave me the name, and then it just stuck
hey,
because it is what it is.
congratulations, makeup. You like one of the first people to give Rome a
An
pretty
actual
suiting
nickname,
name.
and that actually fits me from time to time. You know what I mean?
Like right now, you look like a toxico fellow.
I am right. I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
Hey, but I gotta say, nice fro, bro.
He is toxic. That's why I'm
Nice
not.
fro,
I'm really
brother.
not all the way. I'm like 25%, if any. That's enough to get you drunk.
Bro, you're pretty toxic, dog.
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I
you're pretty
don't
toxic.
know. You know,
Like,
if we looking at toxic, like I have a lot of things that I might see a different way. I'm going to see it from my angle, right? So I feel like I get trapped at a door when I hold the door for too long because people think they have the common courtesy of XYZ. That's not my family, bro. That's your family. It's your turn to hold the door. I go through it and you wait. That's right. That has to be right. There's no other reason to how that's wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Like if that's your girl, you walk
Yeah,
in with your girl.
we need some opinions in the chat, bro. The chat, come on, y'all.
Look, look,
It's getting a little dry.
if you walk in with your girl and I'm holding the door, that does not give you green light to walk through the door. You take this door, let me walk through. You hold
Nah.
the door for your girl to go through.
Okay.
I can't be.
See, look, if you was someone else, right, and I'm walking through the door, I'd be like, I appreciate it, bro, but I got it from here. Now, if you was holding the door and we know each other, we bros. I'm walking out and I'm looking at you. Hold on. Watch this. I'm gonna be walking out like this, and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm giving you that look while I'm walking out.
I had a guy do that though.
Look, I'm not the
he
only one
cru-
that would do it.
he was cruising out the door staring at me. Didn't even say thank you. I just knew. I knew from his eyes he was like, "Don't ask, just
Don't
let it
ask. Yeah,
happen."
yeah.
Like, but well, like tonight was an interesting night. The whole crew wasn't here. Everybody got things going on, but I can't blame them for not being here because I wasn't here for 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Um,
I mean, I really appreciate y'all giving me the chance to come up here as well and have a little chat. But next time we
it's
gotta turn the chat up.
it's getting better. You know what I mean? We still have like a solid 9 minutes to hit our 3 hour mark because it works better for the algorithm and everyone that's off top objectors greatly appreciate your attendance and actually being a part of the conversation. Um, it's not easy for me because number one, I still gotta drive. You see what I'm saying?
Dude.
But at the same time, this is important. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like if we not chasing after our dreams, and you I want you to tell me like your bit on it too, but if we not chasing after our dreams and wanting the level of success or looking for advice or looking for humor or looking for something, if we're not looking at all, we're just drifting. And the drifting that has to stop somewhere. And
You, you,
that's what it is.
that reminds me of that one quote that Bruce Lee, right? When he said, "You gotta be like water. When you put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot, right? It makes itself the shape. When you put water into a teacup, it becomes the teacup, right? So
Mhm.
like you gotta flow like the water, be
Mhm.
formless, be shapeless. But it's like
Mhm.
it, it, you gotta chase your dreams instead of your dreams chasing you. That makes
You gotta
sense.
learn from them. You gotta learn from them too.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
going. I was doing
You
I was doing good, bro. And then all of a sudden
yeah,
the accident. It's like, where did that come from?
dude. I don't know what it is, but we got a strong connection. Cause that day I was like so worried, right? And I was calling you, but you weren't answering. I was texting you, was answering, and I was like, "What's going on?" I looked at your location. You was at the same spot for a little way too long. So I'm like, "Is he good? Is he not? Is he just sleeping? He had a day off. He catching up with his sleep." So I didn't know. I'm like, I need to distract myself. So I started writing a rap, and that rap wasn't like anything what I usually do. It became a little emotional, right? And my heart's still like, what's going on? Next day you hit me up and I'm like, what's up, busy man? You're like, nah, man, just I'm gonna tell you before everybody else gets to know. And I was like, something happened.
Yeah. But I couldn't, and this is for everybody to hear too. I'm not about to tell fresh trauma without the solution. without even thinking of the solution. Because that's exactly how you get into like your nerves and all that. And, oh yeah, speaking of that, my birthday coming up too, so y'all owe me a birthday rap.
My birthday's coming up too.
Look, y'all owe us a birthday rap, so
Wait,
makeup
wait,
start
hold on, hold
writing.
on, hold on, hold on. Hey, makeup girl, when's your birthday?
Start writing. Oh, Lux birthday passed. Um, it's some. I think it's like 2, 3 episodes. It's in
When's your
July,
birthday,
I think.
makeup?
But I'm definitely not about to do
It's
anything like
past.
crazy. July
Hey,
1st, huh?
makeup, I got you. I got you. Look, look. I actually had look. I
Lux
actually
is
have a
in
birthday
June.
song that I'm working. Hold on, y'all can't even see if it says birthday or not. Look,
We gonna have you gonna have to do the
can't see
recording
everything.
and then
Can't it says birthday.
he covers the screen.
I can't. I can't leak the song.
Well, being that everybody is gone, we got one. I think that one is makeup. Makeup's gone.
Damn.
Well, no, that's cool, bro. Because like we working out the algorithm. We working out everything. We trying to make sure like success is there.
Yeah.
And I've been studying it a little bit.
For
Waiting
you.
until
Yeah.
that 3 hour mark, it actually attracts more of the algorithm.
Hmm.
Will people stay to watch the whole thing? I don't know. Like how long are they driving? How long are they up? How long are they at
Look,
work? You know?
we gotta be like Neo.
hmm Stay in the matrix, reforming.
Gotta hit him with the
But that let's talk about that for the last 3 minutes here.
yeah, yeah.
What I saw, The Matrix Reloaded, way before I saw that movie, I thought about that bar. Oh, I'm gonna sign that book for you, makeup. I got you. I got you.
Hey, I'm gonna
I
make
thought
sure that
about that
happens.
bar. And when I saw the Matrix Reloaded,
Wait, which bar? Are you talking about the Mama I Made It one?
yeah, look at me now. I'm breaking the Matrix, something like that.
Yeah,
And it's
Mama I Made
like
It. Look at
there's
me
another
now.
one I had wrote as well, which it said, I think it was in Savage, where it was like, I'm John Wick resurrected in the Neo.
Yeah, bro, I have that too.
Like it's just I don't think anybody saw it coming, but it happened. And it's like when I saw it, and Neo says something at the end of the movie, right? I've been trying to escape the Matrix for so long that I
Yeah,
never thought about it this way. I never thought about it this way. We are designed to live in the Matrix. We're not designed to be written program. We
yeah.
have to become a virus to our own programs so that we can create our own program.
Bars.
It's been recorded.
Look,
It's
you know
been
what would be
recorded.
creative? You know what would be creative, dude? If we actually write a song, right? Going back, looking at the podcast and take words and lines, put them in a rap, combine and make them make sense.
We could do that.
That whole rap is inspired by Off Object itself. You know what? We should
Yeah,
make a song for Off Object for like intros and stuff.
yeah. We was looking into it, and then we gotta get the beat, gotta get the inspiration, um, and
Inspiration.
everything is just gonna work out. You know what I mean? I got you. KO King is gonna be doing the intro track for Off Object. You know what I mean? And
Word.
it's a good idea to do such things. You know what I mean? Um, because like we said, we're reprogramming what it is. Like this
Yeah.
is a podcast. Don't get me wrong. It is a podcast, but it's so much more than that because it doesn't feel like a podcast. It
Yeah.
just sounds like a podcast.
Yeah. It doesn't
So it's
really
like,
look like a podcast yet. I
nah,
mean,
not at
only for us, because unfortunately we don't have like the. Oh wait, no, I should do it like that. The mic,
yeah,
the mic, and the
dude.
headphones, and like like the good camera quality, like everybody else have.
hmm I'm working on something very special for everyone that has bought the book and also for my close ones as well. And I can't necessarily tell you anything yet about it, but makeup, I got one for you as well. Um, but mainly, just mainly, it's going to be something special. You know what I mean? Because this is my first book. You feel me? And I wrote this book under the heaviest level of stress you can think of. You know what I
You
mean?
can ask me that.
It's crazy how I wrote the book while I was driving. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think people understand how that actually came about because when you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And the book was written while I was driving. So I'm just like, I'm not about to sit here for 10 hours and then I have a thought and then I gotta stop, pull over. I gotta have a way to do this. When
Yeah,
I discovered it, it was game over from there. I'm already in the process of doing a second book. I already got like 50 something, 80 something pages in that joint already. And I'm
yeah.
working on a surprise book that I can't really say anything about yet until that book is manifested itself.
You know. And guess who else bought the book, bro?
You got it?
Not me.
That's it for
Nah,
Off Top
nah,
Jet.
nah.
I appreciate everything you've done, people. That we gonna end on a high note. Y'all have a good night.
All right.